Let's go ahead and start looking at how we can utilize that on a daily basis, how we can utilize focus to achieve the things that we want to achieve, the places that we want to go, the challenges that we want to go through, so that we can manifest the things that we want in our day, our week, our month, and our year. So if it's not meditation, if it's not motivation, if it's not inspiration, if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. So let's start looking at how we can utilize focus as a foundation. How we can start putting ourselves in a place where the challenges that we face off against, we start to overcome. How we can start getting ourselves to a place where the tools that we have in front of us start to become available for us. The challenges that we face off against, we start to overcome. The ability to get within ourselves gives us that ability to overcome our own challenges on a daily basis. So the question is never about what somebody else can do. It's always going to be about what you can do and what you truly have inside and how you can face off against your own challenges. And so that's where we have to look. We have to ultimately look inside of ourselves. We have to look at what we're doing on a daily basis. We have to look at the types of challenges that we're facing off against. So for the first 30 minutes every single day when I start, I talk about focus. I talk about the ability to start getting your mindset into a place where you can achieve your dreams. You can achieve your goals so that things can start to happen for you. The ability to get down to that place to overcome those kind of challenges start to happen for you. They start to happen with you. And so focusing to that point and giving yourself that place where you start to utilize the foundation of focus, the foundation of, are you writing stuff down? Are you putting stuff in front of yourself to where the things that you are truly achieving are not a surprise, to where the things that you are truly doing on a daily basis become a reflection on the outside, to where other people can recognize from your level of focus that the things that you ultimately work on, the things that you ultimately go through, the challenges that you face off against, you have the ability to overcome. You have the ability to get to that place within yourself to see that when you write stuff down, it starts to become effective. Putting things right in front of yourself is also important. How you utilize it, how you use it on a daily basis. Are you putting yourself in a place where you recognize that other people will have the ability to see you as a reflection of motivation? Are you giving yourself that ability to use the things that you truly have inside of yourself? And so that's why it's important to start utilizing the ability to write stuff down, utilizing the ability to use the process of challenges in such a way that the reflection starts to radiate outwards. The process of challenges that give you the ability to go within yourself. As you see here, actually I have the ability to focus to that point. And I'm telling you, within yourself, you have that capability. You have that ability inside of yourself to find that kind of reflection. And so a lot of times when we see somebody who is reflecting outwards as motivation, what we're actually seeing is their level of focus. What you're seeing is the time when they weren't there, when they were doing it, and you weren't able to see it. So if you want to master things in your day, first start with mastering yourself. Start with mastering the 10% of your day as your own, making sure that you have time for yourself to have that kind of time. Time to exercise, time to give yourself the ability to get your mindset in the place where when you listen to positivity, the positivity starts coming out through you so that other people can actually see this, and that's when they will start to call you positive. They'll start to call you focused. They will see your level of focus as a tool in this universe. They will see the gifts that you have and the ability that you have inside of yourself start to radiate outwards. And so starting to recognize that will start to utilize the tools that you have inside of yourself. It will start to give you the ability to see that the challenges that you face off against, you can overcome. The challenges that you face off against are available to you. And so that is the reason why when things become a reflection as a result, you're not surprised. When they become a reflection as a result, it comes from your level of focus. It comes from your ability to get down with yourself, to get to that place where the challenges that you are facing off against, you have the capability to overcome. And so that is what it means to achieve a level of reflection of motivation. And so how can we start to do that in different fields? We can start to utilize it as a place where we see that we have the ability to have a foundation. We have the ability to use what we do have, that the Most High in the universe has the ability to work through you and with you. And so how do we start to build that kind of a plan? One of those ways is with readings. The ability to actually get a reading done to see what kind of energy is actually flowing inside of your system. How we can utilize that with your level of focus, with your ability to use what you do have inside of yourself, where the challenges that you face off against, you ultimately can overcome. And so recognizing to get to that place of focus takes patience. It takes the ability to utilize the tools that we have around ourselves, give ourselves that ability. And so I started giving out readings. And I recognized that that is a real thing, that those people can utilize this, that you truly focusing to that point where I help other people out is something that this universe can actually pay back. This universe can actually give back. And so I started to recognize that doing energy readings was an important thing, giving people the ability to see that it is possible, that they can achieve an alignment with the energy inside of their body. And so utilizing focus to that level where, utilizing the foundation so that the things like fear move out of the way. So you could focus past these things so they no longer have the ability to affect you. They no longer have the ability to stop you. They no longer have the ability to have a place to challenge you. And so when we start to get down with the energy inside of ourselves, we start to recognize that things like meditation are important. The ability to learn how to meditate, how to put yourself in a state where you're utilizing your focus as an able mentality, an ability to use that mentality in such a way that the things on the outside become a reflection. And so it is when other people see your level of focus for truly being yourself, that other people see that kind of energy coming out from your level of focus. So that means you let them have that place for themselves. You let them have those challenges for themselves. You let them identify them as they identify. You identify yourself as focused. You identify yourself as on track. And so one of those ways to be able to stay on track is to understand how the energy inside of the body flows, what your dominant traits of energy are inside, how to utilize those energy within your body, and the ability to utilize this on a daily basis. Now, with these kind of energies that we have, we can start to listen to positivity. You can start getting yourself directed towards the positive way, to use the energy that you do have to allow the energy fields within your body to flow. The ability for the energy to flow through those challenges that you have. The ability to get inside of yourself, to get to the place where you overcome the things that would stop you from having that place. So this is what it means to have an energy reading. It means for you to actually start to see that somebody can actually identify how the energy actually flows inside of oneself, how to utilize that so that you can utilize it for yourself with your level of focus, with your ability to see that it is possible to use the gifts that you have, the gifts that you have inside of yourself. And so when we start to recognize these things are important, we start to see that other people are in need of those types of gifts, because it's never about what you don't have. It's always going to be about what you do have and how you utilize what you have. And so when people ask, what is an energy reading? It is a crucial piece to help you to understand the energy inside of your being, the ability to utilize that energy in a way so that you can utilize the things and the challenges that you're going through to use the strengths that you have to overcome your own challenges. So how can we start to utilize these level of focus in such a way? So when you start to focus in on the right type of positivity, you start to utilize the right types of tools within yourself. You start to utilize the ability to use that understanding of the energy that you have. With an able mentality, you can start to become a reflection of motivation. You can start utilizing your ability to use that energy to recognize that you do have strengths, that the strengths within yourself can be utilized. And so each of us have different energy fields that are strong and dominant within ourselves. We have different strengths and we have different weaknesses. And so when we understand how to utilize our strengths so that we can overcome our weaknesses, that is the crucial part of an energy reading. You can definitely go to my website, motivation, meditation, inspiration, all one word, .yoga. You can subscribe to my networks. I will leave a link below as well. Leave a comment if this is something that you're interested in receiving. So as we recognize that the mentality is the able piece, the mentality is the ability, the mentality is the ability to challenge the things that you're facing off against, to get to that kind of a place where you start to utilize that, where you start to utilize the ability to get within yourself, to get to the place where those energies start to flow, where the energy inside of yourself starts to be utilized. So as you're focusing on the right way. You're focusing on the positivity. How can we take these things that you're challenging on your daily and give you the ability to start to overcome them? How can we use the energy inside of yourself so that you can help yourself? And so that is what it means to have an energy reading. It means that you start to see that somebody who has reached a level of connection with themselves can read the energy inside of you. They can read the energy to the point where they can help you to put yourself on track, where it is you versus you. And so this person can see that dark place and actually see that kind of light and how you can utilize it, how you can benefit from the ability to utilize this. And so a lot of people ask the question, how can I use that on a daily? How can I use that in a way? So when you understand your dominant energy fields inside of your body, the energy inside of yourself, you start to understand the parts that you need to work with. And so that's how we start to strengthen them. So a lot of us are having different kinds of challenges. A lot of us are having different kinds of places where a level of the foundation of focus, that is the purpose of an energy reading, is to help you to find the foundation of focus, the foundation within yourself, blessings, the foundation in the place where others would need what you have. They would need your ability to help them out. Each individual has the ability to become a light in this world. Each individual has the ability to utilize what they do have for other people. It just happens to be that that is my gift. I can see the energy inside. I have been doing meditation for nearly a decade. And so this is how we start to utilize it. We start to utilize the challenges that we have, and we use the strengths that we have within ourselves to overcome our challenges. We start to recognize that focusing and utilizing what we do have is an ability. I am accepting calls. However, for a energy reading, it is $25. I also am setting up for meditation sessions as well. I am talking for the first 30 minutes about focus and the purpose of an energy reading. So I am definitely accepting calls, though. I ended up giving out 7 energy readings. And it was the people who actually came to me and asked me, is there a place that I could tip you? Is there a place that I could give something to you. So after 7 readings, when I went to bed and I passed out and I had no energy. So it is definitely a way of helping people. And so you can watch my prior sessions and you can actually see the purpose of an energy reading is so that you can see the energy and how it flows inside of yourself. Blessings. Blessings. Hello. Is this Vicky, right? So a lot of people started, because I was giving out free readings, and then people were like, you should be getting paid something for this. I've been doing meditation for nearly a decade, and I can read the energy inside of human beings, and I can help people out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was actually one of the people who told you that you should be getting tipped.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I was feeling a lot better earlier in the day, but my energy kind of dropped a little after my date told me that he was trying to get in contact with his ex because they have a child together.
Okay.
And before he could come pick me up, because he drops her off at 8 p.m., but she wasn't picking up her calls, and he was he didn't know what to do, and I was now I'm halfway done my makeup, my hair's done, so I don't know what to do, I'm just chilling.
So, you were going to have a great day. You were going to have a great day. It's ultimately up to you to choose the way in which you see. This is what I mean by a real energy reading. Well, it's ultimately up to you to not allow the stuff around you, and this has to deal with inspiration. This is why my stuff is motivation, meditation, and inspiration. Because, I mean, I do meditation as well, and I teach meditation. So this is inspiration. This is the last piece, and eventually I'll be getting out there to help people out in this aspect. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So this has to deal with mentor.
Yes, I can hear you.
So recognize that it's a blessing that you got dressed up. It's a blessing that you were all planned to go out. It was a blessing that you got yourself in such a way. Now, it's up to you to not allow it to affect you. You know, this is a sign to tell you, hey, go take yourself out. This is the sign to go get your girlfriends. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just chill it out. Don't think about the situation at all. Don't let that energy drop low. You know, this might be the day for you to turn the phone off for the day and just...
Okay.
You understanding what I'm saying? Because you're already there. Let yourself stay there with you. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna let all the
Yeah, so don't let it affect you, okay? So, see, the universe is testing you. The universe is testing you. What it's asking you is, do you truly want to feel beautiful? That's what it's asking you. So, when you recognize that this is why that's the last piece. This is when knowledge and focus is connected. The reflection of discipline is a reflection of inspiration. So that's why it's motivation, meditation, inspiration. You with me? So, so the last piece there is that. So this is knowledge and focus being utilized. So energy readings come from the ability to focus to the point where you start to understand the knowledge inside of yourself. Meditation works on the knowledge inside of oneself, and inspiration works with knowledge and focus to not allow yourself to derail yourself. So in other words, you're a perfectly good train coming down. You did all your makeup. You put yourself into place. You put yourself to do stuff, and something is trying to derail you. So you got to recognize to keep going. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So I would recommend calling up your girlfriends, go bowling, go, I don't know. You already have the idea in here. You can already tell. You're already dolled up. You're already ready to go. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I said, like, thanks for the advice. I feel like when I get up here, I'll probably just message a couple of my friends and see if they want to, like, hit up a patio or something.
There you go. And stay away from trying to get with another person for the night. Let the energy go in that way so that it has no place to transfer to you. Do you understand?
Right, and I was just gonna let you know that this guy, like, he's a great guy, like, very, very sweet.
Sure.
It was supposed to be our first date. He seemed like very excited too, and he was supposed to drop off his little girl at 8, and he was like at the place or at the mother's at 7:30, but she wasn't there. So
it's okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Get yourself out there. You know, I don't really think a party is a good idea. What I think is getting a couple girlfriends together and going and doing something together.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely go, I don't know, shop. I don't know. Something that you guys love to do.
I'll do something.
Just not a party. Don't allow the energy to affect you to transfer, because, you have that ability for this to turn out to a great day and to not allow it to affect you, and that the next day that you are wanting to have stuff done, you'll have that energy in that place is a perfectly good energy. It's just a focusing to keep it on track. You with me?
I'm with you. I fully understand.
And so in a party, there's a lot of other opportunities.
Yeah, I'm not going to a party. We're in a pandemic. Definitely not.
But yeah, I definitely took your advice. Like I was saying, I put something together. If you want to throw anything at me, it's worth it. I'm here to uplift to people. It's in the description. If you go to that website, it's there. But it's a great thing. Your friends are out there. There are friends who have called you already, that have talked to you, that you probably already talked to. Not probably, I already know you have talked to them. And they're already like, but instead just stay away from that conversation. The whole night, just go have fun. Be like, I'm dolled up because I'm out here to have a girl night.
Thank you so much. That actually is like a really great idea. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk about it. That's a really smart idea. Because I feel like I'm good, and then whenever I talk about it, I'm like, my energy goes down a little.
Yeah, well, that's the purpose, and so you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be attracted to you today. The most important is that you spend the time with your friends. Don't allow it to derail you tonight, okay? Because I can already see the red energy flowing in that sense. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can already see
I believe you. Amen.
So don't allow it. I'm just saying, just stay away from it. Be girl time. You know what I'm saying? So... And because the energy that you have is perfectly good, is perfectly viable, and it's up to you to turn it that way. It's in front of you, asking you, which way do you want it? This is how the universe utilizes our own gifts. So, I could go out and I will just put on the right thing, and all of a sudden I walk down and there's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I relate too, but what I'm saying is it's totally okay. You totally got dressed out. You totally got put into place. You totally have girlfriends. Go hang out with them. Don't get yourself in a place where the energy is derailed. There'll be a right time for that energy.
All right. Thank you for the message.
Blessings. You have a blessed day, okay?
You too. Goodbye.
Bye now. Oh, what a wonderful conversation there. I do see that there is in the Facebook group, there's a Tiffany. How you doing, Tiffany? Let me see if you're still on here. Well, I just want you guys to see that utilization of that is available. And that type of stuff is inspiration. That type of stuff that I'm talking out is inspiration. So you can see how the 3 parts of what I actually do is important. The ability to have the focus, to have the foundation, to understand how the energy is truly flowing inside. The ability to gain the knowledge within oneself. And so these are different parts. So energy reading helps you to start to understand how the energy within yourself is flowing, how the energy inside of yourself starts working for you, how you can start utilizing it. And so this is the place where it starts to get there. This is the place where you start to utilize it in your favor, where you start to see that it is important for other people to achieve, energy working within themselves. And so a lot of people call themselves light workers. I am a person who calls myself simple. I call myself who I am. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to tell you that the energy inside of yourself is real, that the ability to utilize what you do have is possible, that the things that you go through and the challenges that you face off against can utilize the energy that you truly have. And so how can we start to utilize this on a daily basis? We can recognize that the universe is truly asking us the question. Like, for instance, in that case, she had already gotten all dressed up. So she had already put herself in a place where she already believed that she was beautiful. And so she was making herself feel that way. So it's to continue to put ourselves in a place where we achieve what we want to achieve, which is a level of focus to the point where we achieve the things that we want to in this universe, where we recognize that the tests in this universe are going to come. It's ultimately up to us to overcome those tests, to see and to recognize the positivity in those kinds of challenges, to utilize them in your favor, to utilize them in such a way that you have the ability to recognize that you can do this, that you can achieve the person that you truly are on the inside, the person that you truly are going through the challenges that you're facing off against, going through the challenges that you go through on a daily basis, the things that, other people wouldn't do. Are you able to get to that place where it is within yourself? And so that is what it's about. It's about giving yourself that ability, having that kind of mentality, having that place within yourself. Blessings, Desiree. Having that place of focus where even when other people are not giving you the ability, you are still giving yourself the ability. You are utilizing your ability within you. You are using the ability to overcome your own challenges from a level of focus within oneself to identify that those negatives are there so that you can achieve the positive from the situation, so that you can achieve the ability to overcome those kinds of challenges so that ultimately they turn in your favor. So how can we start to utilize this? By putting ourselves in a place where we are listening to positivity, by giving ourselves a place where we recognize that the level of focus that we have, that the challenges that we face off against, that the things that we ultimately go through on a daily basis are asking us the same question. Can we see how it is a blessing that this challenge came so that I can ultimately overcome it? So that I can ultimately put myself in a place where I can do this, where I can become this, where I can face off against this and be able to utilize that. So that is what energy is. That's how we start to utilize energy. We start to recognize that these parts are available to you, that these parts are available through you, that you can see this, you can recognize that the results are a reflection of your level of focus, that the absorption of that focus is within yourself. And so with an able mentality, with the energy starting to work properly, with understanding these forms of energy, how you utilize them in your favor to strengthen the energy within yourself, you can start to get inside of yourself. You can start to get down with the person who you truly are inside. And so as we start to get inwards, as we start to go to that place inside of ourselves, our foundation of focus starts to allow us to become a student of a mastery within oneself. Now, as we become a student of focus with an able mentality, with an able ability, with an ability to achieve our own level of focus, which is within us all, the universe starts to use the tools that we have to overcome our own challenges, to ask ourselves these types of questions, to ask ourselves, how can we do this? How can we achieve this, even when other things are not working in our favor? Even when other things are not working for us, even when other things are not working in front of you, what you have is you. The focus that you truly have inside of yourself, the ability to get within yourself, to utilize the energy inside of yourself. See why it's called an energy reading? So as we start to get to that place with that form of mentality, to utilize these forms of energy, to utilize this ability to start to focus to that point, the energy fields inside of the body start to become subjects. They start to give you the ability to focus to that point where you can be that student opening up that subject within yourself, that ability within yourself, that kind of challenge within yourself. And so this is where you start to get down with your own challenges. This is where you start to face off against the things that are going on inside of you, is when you recognize that you do have what it takes, that you can get down with the ability to start to stand your ground. You can get down with the ability to be yourself, to be able to utilize your thought process, to understand the upper and lower energy fields of the heart, upper and lower chambers, the ability to voice yourself, to see the depth perception working in you and through you. And so when you utilize the energy fields within oneself, even the nervous system starts to become under your control. The ability to adjust when people are around you start to come available, because the energy in the nervous system starts to become utilizable. And so each individual energy field is a part of an able mentality. It's a part of an able ability to become the student inside of the classroom of you. The ability to use that place as an able absorption, as an able place of focus, as an able focus to the point where others see those things and they start to see the reflection of this student inside of this classroom. And so when the universe starts to test us with that, just like that test there, it starts to ask you these types of questions. Is this what you truly want? Do you want to feel beautiful for yourself? Do you want to see the focus within yourself? Do you want to achieve it even when other things around you are not working? And that is why being a student and absorbing your level of focus, you're not surprised when things work in and against you in such a way that you can turn them from positive and negative to positivity in your life, to where that ability is within you, where the challenges that you face off against, you ultimately start to overcome. And so that starts to see that the light inside of yourself is available to you. And so how can we utilize